Are you ready?
Peeps, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. Before we hop into today's video, I just gotta say thank you guys for coming out for Above the Rim. This Monday night, we had a great turnout. We had everything king in the chat. We had so many people in the chat. I can't name every name, but I gotta thank Pistons Post and Owen for joining the show. Two special guests that came on throughout the show. So thank you two for coming on. I also gotta thank Bravo for joining, man. It's been a long time since he's been on, and he multitasking and did it while he was working. So I appreciate all three of you guys and everyone who came out. We had a fun time. Today is the official tip-off of the NBA. The Pistons do not play today, but the Battle of LA is going on, so that's a must-see game. I believe the Knicks and, I don't remember, the Pelicans are playing? I don't know. Don't quote me. I know it's Toronto. The Pelicans and Toronto are playing. That should be the first game you guys can see. Then they follow that one up with the Battle of LA. So, I mean, there's a lot of good games going on. For tomorrow, I'm going to be going live during the game. So come back, we'll chat, debate what's going on. So it should be good. But pregame show, here we go, man. Pistons are taking on the Indiana Pacers, and I think a lot of fans are going to go ahead and circle this game as a W. But do not put it past the Pacers. The Pacers are a very, very good team, even without Victor Oladipo. And they picked up Brogdon, who is going to fill his slot until he returns. And then when he does return, which is probably going to be a month and a half, maybe 2 months into the season, as being reported, that's going to be a good starting and coming off the bench duo right there. So they are going to be a very, very tough team. They are deep. They don't have a whole lot of ego. Even when Victor Oladipo comes back, he's not going to need the ball in his hands every time. Indiana's onto something. So they got it going on. They are a tough defensive team. They are tough to guard for us. So it's going to be a good matchup. I think the key factors in here is going to be the bench battle. Whoever's going to win the bench battle is going to win this game. And this is what Pistons have been focusing on this entire season, was adding depth to the bench, bringing in Derrick Rose. They have to win that battle in order to win the game. Whoever has the most bench points or has the better bench, whether it's just rebounds, blocks, whatever, whoever's bench impacts the game more is going to win the game. That's what most of the games come down to. But both of these teams should have top 10, top 5 benches in the league. So they have to establish that that night. Blake Griffin, he's probably going to be a game time decision. Now, this is Tuesday. I'll talk about it. I'm going to go live half an hour before the game. We'll talk about it more. We'll have more to report on it. But his hamstring is day to day. I think he is going to miss one of these games. And I think that the Pistons are going to rest him game 1 and give him an extra day to prepare to take on Atlanta. So, if that is the case, probably Markieff Morris will be our starting power forward. Not a bad fix, but obviously you want Blake Griffin out there as much as you possibly can. But this is what we expect from Blake Griffin, is to miss some games. This early in the season is kind of shocking already. And that's kind of why I did not want the Pistons playing them, Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose, that is, so much in the preseason, was because of this. So now Blake's starting the year out with an injury. I don't like to see that. So probably Blake Griffin's not going to play this game. I don't know. We will see. Blake Griffin is tough and a trooper. He's going to want to play. We'll see what happens there. But Markieff will probably be starting, I bet, if he's out. So where does that leave our bench at? You're probably going to see the Derrick Rose and Luke Kennard backcourt. Worked out very well. Small forward, if Markieff is starting, maybe Mihailuk, maybe Langston Galloway, since we're keeping him. One of those two guys will be the small forward. Defensively, it's going to suck. But offensively, we should have a lot of open shots. And then our power forward should be Wood and should be Thonmaker. They'll be switching in between the 4 and 5, depending on matchups. So, I mean, it's not bad. And I think Wood and Maker are going to have a good game because of the combination of Miles Turner and Sabonis. They have two good big men, one starting, one coming off the bench. So, I mean, you have to have good depth around the board. Indiana has it. Detroit supposed to have it. We'll see how it all turns out. Pistons need to get off to a strong start of the year. They have to establish this. And I talked about it in Above the Rim last night. You can't have these up and down moments where you're going to start the season out 14-6 or whatever it was, and then go below 500 and then make a comeback after the All-Star break. No. You don't want to burn out before the playoffs, but you can't afford to have those games. You can't just rely on Blake Griffin. So it's going to be a fun game, man. Indiana's a good team. It's a good matchup to see where we're at to start the season out. This game can go either way. So I don't know who's going to win. It should be a very close, hard-fought game. And I'm not counting Atlanta as a win, but if you lose this game, you pretty much have to win in Atlanta. It's too early for must-win games for basketball, but I'm just glad it's back, man. I can't wait to watch it some tonight. I'm excited. Who do you guys got winning the Battle of LA? Leave that down in the comments. What do you guys want to see from the Pistons tomorrow night or today if you're watching it on game day? Like I said, I'll be going live during the game, so come join me for that one. But leave it down in the comment section. Instagram, Twitter, and DSA members in the description. Roundtable should be on Luke G's channel tonight, 8 o'clock. So be sure to go there and check out that for football news. But without further ado, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace.